the mixing of them. You said a cup of this and a cup of that. So that's really awesome. Thank you.
That's what happens in the Whooping Center. Get these kids some awesome tutors teaching them how.
That's awesome. Well, we are gonna get started. Welcome to World Languages and Culture with Cooking, everyone. Welcome to all of you who are on YouTube. And so we are excited to get started. Today, we are traveling to the Maldives. Do you know where that is? Do you guys know where it is? Yes, no, maybe so. Kind of, sort of, no? Okay. I see you're dancing, Miss Thomas. Go ahead. So Mr. Paul or Mr. Mario, if you guys can actually pull it up, that'd be great so we can see it on the map. But I do know that it is right below India. And so remember how I shared with you guys, as we travel to different places, it's important to look at location. Location is important because depending on the location will also impact what kind of food is there, what kind of trees grow there, what kind of environment, what kind of temperature. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it in the middle, right? Do they have all the seasons? And actually the Maldives is in the it actually has a tropical climate, so you're going to find a lot of tropical fruits and vegetables, just like the mangoes we're actually going to be cooking with today. So did you guys all get your green mangoes? Yeah,
I don't have mine yet.
okay, no problem. Well, we're actually going to see where the Maldives is, and we'll get to hear a little bit about the Maldives. So when you get ready to travel there, you will be ready. And so, Mr. Paul, once you're ready, let us know, and you got it.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to share the presentation, and I also included the map in there so we can look at it that way.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so can everyone see the presentation?
Sure can.
Perfect.
I can see it.
So as Ms. Christelle said, today we're traveling to the Maldives. So I'll start as usual with a little bit about the flag, and then we can see the map down below. So you see the flag has the like a red rectangle, the bigger red rectangle, which represents the nation's heroes and their blood that they sacrificed to defend their country. The green triangle within the red triangle symbolizes peace and prosperity. And then the white crescent moon symbolizes the Islamic faith, because they are a Muslim country, of the state and the authorities. And a little bit lower, we can see the map. So as Ms. Christelle said, it is below India. We also see Sri Lanka right there. And yeah, so we'll see it's sort of like in between that, it's in Asia, but between like the Asia, Australia, like those islands kind of things. All right, and the language that they speak is Divehi. And so we'll see that there's also, I included the picture here of Islam and the symbol for Arabic as well, because they have a lot of Islamic Arabic influence, as I said, and some of the words, especially the hello that we'll go through, is derived from Arabic. So without further ado, we'll start with the language. So I'll say it in English and Divehi, and then I'll have you guys repeat it, okay? So the first one is hello, and then it's assalamu alaikum, and you guys can try that one.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Very good. Yes. And how are you? Halo kihine.
Halo kihia.
Halo kihine.
Halo kihine.
Very good. Thank you. Shukuriya. Let's try it again. Shukuriya.
Shukriya.
Very good.
Shukriya.
Thank you. You're welcome, Ms. Maruhama. Oh, what was that? Sorry, Dita.
I said, when are we ever going to do Japan?
Japan. Ms. Crystal, I'm not sure. Do we have that on the list for the syllabus?
Ask your question one more time.
I said,
Japan.
when are we going to do Japan? Like Japan.
Ooh. You know, D2, I didn't include Japan for our travels this semester, but you never know. We may go on like a mini excursion. How about that?
Okay.
Right? So, because we're right here in the neck of the woods of Japan. Japan is just a little bit more east. So, yeah. So,
Okay.
Detour.
yeah, we'll do a detour.
Okay, so we left off on, did we do your welcome yet? Maruhaba.
Maruhaba.
Anyone else want to give it a shot? Maruhaba.
Say it louder. He can hear you.
Marahaba.
Yes, very good. Good morning is Bajavati and Hune. I know that one's a little tricky. Bajavati and Hune.
Bajavari
Bajabari.
And Hune.
and Hune. And Hune.
Bajabari.
Yes, very good. And then good evening, similar to good morning, starts with Bajavati and then it's Havide. Yes. And then what is your name? Koname Takiyami.
Inana Takiyame.
Yes, very good.
Koname Takiyane.
Nice to meet you. Badhalu Viti Vara Ufaveje. So that one's, we'll break that up into parts. So first we'll start with Badhalu Viti.
Bahalu Vihi.
Balavi.
Vihi.
Okay, and then Vara Ufaveje.
Lava Vadeja.
Okay, so now putting it all together, Badhalu Viti Vara Ufaveje.
Havida.
Bahalu Vihi. Vada. Havide.
All right, and that one's just nice to meet you. So that's why it's a little bit longer than the others. Trying to go. Okay. So a little bit about the culture and the history. So in the medieval times, shells used to be used as currency. So instead of like our US dollars, they would use shells to trade things. Like they would go to the store with, well, not the store, but they would trade different items with seashells. So, and they have very pretty shells in the Maldives because they're an island nation. I think I said it before, or I might have missed it, sorry. There's 1,190 islands in the nation, but only 200 of them are inhabited. So it's full of islands, and the majority of them, like people don't even live on them. So they have lots of beaches and lots of shells. Then I included a picture of traditional Maldivian clothing, and they're dancing on a beautiful beach. That's one of their many beautiful beaches. And since they have so many beaches, fishing is a huge part of the culture, and fish is an essential part of the diet. They eat lots of fish. And just some things to know before traveling to the Maldives. As I stated before, it's a Muslim country, and they're very in touch with that part of their culture. So both men and women are required to dress quite modestly. They have to cover their shoulders and their knees. Bathing suits are allowed if you stay on your resort, like on the private islands. And there's many resorts, even though they have lots of rules for on the mainlands and stuff like that. There's many resorts that love to cater to tourists from everywhere, and they're very welcoming. And a fun fact that I found was that it's the flattest country in the world. So like, I'm not sure where California stands in terms of altitude, but like I know a lot of the states on the East Coast, especially if you go up north, are very mountainous. So they have higher, their sea levels are a lot higher. And in Maldives, it's the lowest in the world. It's 7 feet and 7 inches. And of course, with the beaches comes different activities that you can do. Scuba diving is very popular with tourists. You can see all the different aquatic species that live in the ocean.
How old do you have to be to go scuba diving?
I'm not sure particularly about the Maldives. I know that in New Jersey, where I live, it's like 16 with your parents' consent. I assume you would have to be an adult or like a teenager with your parents' consent. I know that there's a lot of training that goes into going scuba diving. But if you're not allowed, you can always do snorkeling, which is anybody can do that, and it's like better for younger people who haven't done a class yet.
Yeah, smart.
So yeah, I included some pictures of the beaches here. You see, like, it's really pretty. I think the most important thing about the Maldives is how like gorgeous it is, to be honest. And I included some of the foods. Like you see here, there's they eat lots of fish, different vegetables. That also was popular there is banana leaf. It's a pretty useful crop there. All right, so that was just a little bit about the country and the culture. Without further ado, I'll have Miss Christelle take it away with your meal for today.
All right. Look, I see a guest that's new. Hi, Makai. Hey, welcome. Makai, he's been with us for a long time, so he's back. So he's joining us for today. And so feel free to watch with us. And essentially, I know even for like next week and stuff, you can cook with us because I know you're a chef. So yes. So we are, I think all the facts that Mr. Paul shared were really interesting. The lowest in like, like mountains bring, us higher up, but it's the lowest country. Mr. Paul?
Yeah, it's the flattest country in the world.
Wow. That is amazing. All right. Well, we're learning some great facts about the Maldives, and we're going to get started with our cooking. So we're actually going to start with our onions. So I want you to get your onions. I want you to get your garlic nearby, and kind of bring your mangoes nearby as well, because we're going to do some cutting with these. But let's start first with our onions. And so you want to cut your onion in half. And then you can cut it. We're just going to cut it going straight across. You're just going to have these long strips, because the same way that we're going to cut our mangoes, we're going to still do it in like long strips as well. Okay, so we're kind of keeping everything about the same, kind of style and size, proportion, that kind of thing.
Miss Christelle, I think you have to give us highlighting permissions.
Highlighting permissions?
Unless Mario was able to do it already.
Okay, yeah, I think Mr. Mario. Mr. Mario, I see that you have me highlighted there. So yeah, I think it may be okay. So go ahead and chop your onion, and let's chop the garlic. And you can chop those and put them to a side. And remember, when we do our garlic, we're just gonna, you can do it a couple ways. You can use your flat knife here like this, lay your knife right on top, and be careful and just hit it straight down like that, okay? And make sure your hand's not sliding. You wanna hit it straight down. And so that's gonna help it to peel right off without you having to like, I remember I was peeling garlic at one time with a knife, and I was just like, oh, this is so hard, right? But there are easier ways. So we're gonna pull it off here. The really cool thing I love about our recipe today, with this being a mango curry, have you guys ever had mangoes like this cooked down? Have you ever tried it like that? No? Oh my goodness. Well, this semester, one thing I wanted us to explore, because I know we have some people who are vegetarians here, and we have others who aren't. And we have some people who are pescatarians, or they don't eat pork and that kind of stuff, which is totally fine. And so I absolutely want us to explore having meals that are different, that can stimulate our taste buds, taste really great, and still be really great for us and healthy for us. So like, I love my meat, all that good stuff, but for today, we're actually going to be tasting them with the mangoes. And with us keeping the skin on, you're going to explore how that tastes like as well. So we're gonna chop all of our garlic cloves here. I put on the recipe 5 garlic cloves because we're doing these 4 mangoes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have another garlic I'm trying to hide somewhere. We're just gonna cut his friends here for her friends. And so just give them a chop. And just like how I showed you guys before, you just wanna bring them together. So we're gonna do like a mince on these. And we can put them right next to our onions. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut all of our, we're gonna slice our mangoes. And so when you got them, the firmer that they were when you got them, the better. And so you want to get that green mango. And actually, I wash my mangoes really well. But if your mango still has like a little spot or whatever, we can just cut that off because we're actually going to be eating the skin. So we can cut off any areas that are a different color or, you know, like that has a little, it just has a spot. It's clean and smooth, but it's a little spot there that's not coming off. So I'm going to take it off. So kind of just examine your mangoes, take off any spots. And we're going to start slicing them. And because this is a circular fruit, remember I was telling you guys, if it's something circular, we want to cut it flat and then slice away from us. So because this mango is the way it is, you'll see where the stem was, just like how this one has a stem. Oops. Stem. So stand it up straight on the board, and you kind of see where that seed is. You're gonna cut straight down here. So it's gonna cut off like that. And then cut on the sides, go straight down like that. So just slice off, we're slicing it off. Slicing off all of the, like the meat of the mango. And be careful when you get to this point, like where it's kind of slippery. So be very careful, have your parent help you here. And slice it down. And then this piece you can leave like this. And we're gonna take these other slices here, lay it flat, and just slice it straight. Oops, careful. I'm trying to run away from it. So you have these strips, right? So just gonna cut these. What's very interesting is that in the Caribbean where I'm from, and remember, Maldives is a tropical country. In the Caribbean where I'm from, St. Vincent and Grenadines, we do curry mango as well. And what's interesting is, like in countries like Trinidad and Tobago, they have Indian influences there too. So I was like, okay, that makes sense because just like the Maldives is close to India, there's similar things. The Indian people that came from India over to Trinidad and Tobago when they were indentured servants working in Trinidad, they brought their recipes. So I was like, okay, that's why it's in Trinidad and Tobago. And that's why, because St. Vincent is right above Trinidad and Tobago, so that's why we have it there as well. So I'm telling you guys, when you travel, you're going to see common things in a lot of places because maybe because of how people traveled or if they were colonized. all those things. Be careful because like my mango's trying to slide, trying to slide away. And I'm just putting the pieces back in the bowl. These mangoes are looking so good. Like I want to take a bite right now. So finish taking off all of the and kind of go around like I'm cutting for this part right here. Let me see if I can show you. The seed is here in the middle. So you want to cut like a circle, like you're going to cut around the circle. So I don't know if you guys can see the seed in there. I'm not sure how the camera is showing, how it shows on your end, but the seed is in there in the middle. So you can feel it with your knife and you can feel like I can see the little vein right here of the seed. So we're just going around the seed. Okay. How are you guys coming so far? So far, so good? You can see that this mango is a little greener because it's not as like yellow or orange as this one. So this one started getting riper compared to this one that's still a little more green. We can't do, oh, let me see. That's okay, Makai, even if you guys can't do it for today, but you can, this is showing on YouTube, so you can watch it back if your mom wants to still do it with you at home, and you'll be ready for what we'll do for next week. Makai, do you still want to be a chef when you grow up? A baker? I'm sorry, you said a baker. I remember you told me a baker. Do you still want to be a baker?
Yes.
When you grow up? Oh, I don't hear anybody talking. Okay. Well, I know Makai wants to be a baker, so I was just making sure. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to the stove and we're going to saute our onions and our garlic. And we're going to let this saute first with some olive oil. And then we're gonna add our mangoes in and we're gonna add in all the spices. This is like a lot. If you look at the recipe, there's a lot of spices on there. It's gonna make it so good. I actually have a piece of garlic here, and like our awesome friend Alicia told us, we can peel. If you have fresh ginger, you can use a spoon to peel off the skin, or if you have the powder, you can do a tablespoon of that for it. But let's go ahead and get this sauteed, get the onions sauteed, and we're gonna add in we're gonna put in the saute these first, add in spices, and then put in the mango. And we're gonna start putting in some.
Are we gonna saute the seed part too?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. If most of the time in the countries, what they do, they actually cut the seed and take out there's like a harder part inside the seed itself, and they call it the bone. So they take off that little seed part, and the bone that's in there actually, it's just like hard from the seed itself, but it still has the flesh on the outside. But it's too hard for us to cut. You need some heavy machinery for this. So I was like, we're just gonna keep the seed in. All right, so let's get it on the stove.
I actually like how they're sour. The mango.
You say?
I actually like how they're sour.
Yeah, and because it's a green mango, it is going to absorb the spices and everything that is that you're putting into it. And it has, and because we're keeping the skin on, it's or something like that. Really?
You cut out for a minute.
So?
I said you cut out for a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
That's a lot of mango. They're not making that much, right?
We're just gonna make as much as this one. No. Here. Chip. Chip.
Okay, D2, can you hear me okay?
Let's put something on the
Yeah, now.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, just like if you guys were having like a tofu or I don't know if you guys have ever had oh my goodness, I forget what it's called, but it has these large seeds in it. It's something jackfruit. That's what it's called, jackfruit. Have you guys ever had jackfruit? No?
Yes.
You have? Great. So jackfruit is another great alternative for you know, and if you're not doing meat. So mangoes is something that you can add to your options. And it's healthy for you and everything. So put it on a medium fire. And you can add two tablespoons of olive oil. Let's add that in. So as your onions are sauteing, you can start getting your spices ready. And so we're adding in all of these awesome spices. So you've got 3 tablespoons of curry, paprika, turmeric, cumin, thyme, ginger, pepper flakes, cloves. I even have here some cinnamon bark and 3 of those, I don't know if you guys see them in there, of the cloves in there. So once your onions get a little translucent, start adding in your spices. And we're putting 1 tablespoon of all the spices. Actually, let's start with the curry. With the curry, it's 3 tablespoons because that's our star. And then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of everything else. When you get to the paprika and even the chili flakes, feel free to balance that based on your preference. So if you don't want it to be super spicy, you don't have to put a whole lot of the pepper flakes. I like my food spicy, so I'm adding that 1 tablespoon of those pepper flakes, and you can stir as you go. Cumin. I'm adding my cinnamon bark and the 3 cloves. So after you finish putting all the spices in, go ahead and put in your mangoes.
Miss Christelle.
Like I just did.
Miss Christelle. If we don't have paprika, what else could we add?
Instead of paprika, you can do if you have cayenne pepper or cayenne pepper. You have to put like chili or and if you don't have it, it's okay. You don't have to put it in here.
We have cream. Okay, thank you.
It'll be just fine. So yeah. All right, so go ahead and add in your mangoes. Mango chili. So you want these to get really covered in all of that, all those spices that you put in there. Ooh, I got runaway mangoes. So give it a stir really well. After you add those, add your 1.5 cup of water. So 1.5 cup of water. And pour it slowly so it doesn't splash up on you. And then you want to also add your 2 tablespoons of the your ketchup. And we're gonna let this kind of cook down for a little bit. And then we're gonna add the coconut milk in a while. So add in your the water, add in the ketchup, and we're gonna start getting our rice ready.
Miss Christelle.
Yeah.
How much ketchup?
2 tablespoons.
Okay, and is this enough cinnamon? Bark?
I see you have a very big piece of cinnamon bark. So you want to break it in, you can break that in half.
Break it in half. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And so at this point, we want to start. So your fire is medium heat. You want to keep it on. You want to kind of turn it down just a little bit because the really good thing about this is that we're going to let it simmer. So
How much water was it?
1.5.
1.5.
1.5 cups. All right, so stir this in really good. And we're gonna let it kind of simmer for a little bit, and then we're gonna come back to it. So I think the amount of time it's gonna take for us to get our rice on the stove will be a good indicator for us to come back to this and then add in the coconut milk.
Do we dice the mangoes? I'm a little bit behind.
So when you slice the mango, you're gonna slice it on a curve and slice off the skin. So if you stand it up, you can slice it straight down on either side, and then you're gonna slice it on a curve around the side of the mango.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So you should have like strips. If you notice, look at how they're cut. So when you slice it off flat, when you slice it off on the side, you're gonna cut that into strips, almost kind of like, like chicken tenders.
Leave the skin on. Are we supposed to leave the skin on?
Yes, leave the skin on. Because the skin is gonna give us it's gonna give us some bite. Almost kind of like a well, it's not crispy skin, but yeah. So let's cover that down, and then let's get our rice ready. So we're using 2 cups of rice, and you want to wash your rice really well. A lot of times I share with you guys to wash it 3 times until the water is clear. So like I washed my rice already, and I just added 2 cups of water. And your water should cover the rice. And as it cooks, you can look at it and see if it needs some more water as you go. So wash your rice really well so it's not cloudy. The water should not be cloudy. And we're going to put it on the fire to cook.
It's Chris down.
Yes.
Are you putting the pit of the mango inside too?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
You're gonna like all the flavors that's gonna be on the mango. When you get to that pit part and you're eating it, you're gonna want to like, it's gonna be so good. You're gonna probably want to hold it with your hands too.
Again, the mango. I right now I'm being very cautious about this curry, because I don't even like curry really.
Really?
I don't like curry. Putting something that I like in a food that I don't like. People would think that it makes a food good, and it could, but it doesn't always mean that. It could just make the food worse.
Oh, you mean like if you were to add something like curry to it?
No, I'm saying like we're taking mango, something that I eat, I like, turning it in something that I don't like, and then eating it.
Yes. Well, this is where you're trying something new, because what you're gonna see is that, and when we finish, then you're gonna give us you can give us your feedback. So if you like it, or even if you don't, at least you can say, you know what, I gave it a try. Because if right now it's mangoes and curry. If you travel to a different country, they may have some other things that you may not have tried before. So this is where you get to explore.
Yep, they have shrimp and mango tacos right now. Del Taco.
That's different.
What's the one you said that's different?
Oh, shrimp and mango tacos, because
it's
a mango glaze, not mango. That's two different things.
But it's still in the same kind of window. I mean, the curry is just the flavor. And then this is not going to have a sweet taste, because remember, your mangoes are green. They should have
sour?
Really, not so much sour. You know how cucumbers almost have, you're going to taste the mango flavor of it for sure. But you know how cucumbers have a flavor, but it's not like pow in your face? Yeah, so that's what this flavor is going to taste like. It's going to be a little subtle, but you're still going to taste the mango flavor for sure. And it's not going to be as sweet. It's not going to be too sweet. So it kind of just depends on your mango. But you should have gotten green ones that... You guys, now is a good time for us to add in our coconut milk. So with coconut milk, we're adding half. We're gonna put 1 cup of the coconut milk. So you should have gotten a can of coconut milk. 1 cup of it is gonna go into our mangoes, and the rest of it is gonna go into our rice.
And I'm gonna say that you know how in math they say 2 negatives make a positive?
Yeah.
I don't like coconut milk, and that's a negative. With the curry, that's a negative, and that should make a positive. But the mango's a positive, and that positive plus a positive equals a negative. So,
well,
it might turn out negative.
Well, I think the opportunity of you exploring a negative and a negative, giving a positive, I think is a wonderful adventure for you to explore.
Yeah, but that positive plus another positive will equal the negative.
No, a positive plus a positive is a positive.
Oh, well.
That's right. See, you didn't realize that, did you? Yeah.
Well, I guess mangoes. But like I like green mangoes now because they're sour.
Yeah.
And
so
I love sour.
Have you guys ever had it with like tahine or chile?
I eat my mangoes with chamoy and tahini.
Ooh. You said you have yours with what and what?
Chamoy and tahini.
Miss Crystal, are we gonna dice the tomatoes? Are we gonna dice the mangoes after?
No, you can cut the mangoes. Cut the mangoes now, because remember you're gonna put them in here to cook just like how I have mine.
Okay.
Yeah. So remember, when you slice them now. So look at how these are sliced. So they're like strips. So go ahead, add your coconut milk.
Are we supposed to put all our mangoes?
Yeah, we're cutting up all the mangoes and putting them in here. Also pour in the rest of your.
I was gonna ask you guys, have you ever tried frozen mango milk?
Ooh,
What?
sounds cool.
What? One time, I think with my dad, or when I was home alone, I took me a mango, sliced it up, unskinned it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I put in some milk, and then I boiled it, you can say, because I had a hot water. I mean, not hot water, hot milk. So
Yeah.
I basically boiled it, and then after it cooled down, I froze it, and then I took out the big pieces of mango, and it's like if you take coffee creamer
Mm-hmm.
and add a bit of mango flavoring, and then that's it.
Ooh.
Which I actually kind of liked, and I wonder about what other food combos I can make. Yeah, and I thought about, wait, what if I take raspberry, blueberry, and
Ooh.
strawberry, and put in lemonade?
That would be wonderful. It'll
Oh
be
my
a berry lemonade.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna strain all the seeds out of it, because that's gonna taste nasty. Imagine you're just drinking a drink, and you feel and you just see a random seed in it. Like, no. Oh, it's salt. About okay, so about about this much of my hand of salt, about this much.
Okay, can you cut those?
So you guys, I'm adding in some salt. So put in salt to taste. So put in salt that you know. This is a good time for you to taste your sauce. Doesn't need any more salt because this is gonna cook down. And you see all the liquid that's in there from the coconut milk and the water. It's gonna simmer all the way down till it's really thick.
But that's dope.
You wanna put your fire on low, and I added some salt into the rice as well. So we have our coconut rice, and I want you to crack the side of your pot there. And because my rice is just starting, you can cover it all the way down, but midway in, we're gonna crack it as well too, because we need that steam to come out. So same thing with this one, crack it open so the steam can come out and the liquid is gonna dry down and it's gonna saute, it's gonna get nice and happy. Ooh. Nice and happy.
Miss Crystal? Did you already add the coconut milk?
I did. So go ahead and add it in.
Hey, have you guys ever felt like you're home alone and it says, "Give me an oh yeah," and someone says, "Oh yeah"? Has that ever happened to you guys?
Who's saying oh yeah? Me too.
No, I mean it's a meme basically. Like, can I get oh yeah? And then someone will respond like, "Oh yeah." No, but it's funny because that's actually a solid tactic of knowing if anyone that's not really serious is there. Like for example, I see a broken window, so I go like, "Take it, oh yeah," and so it says, "Oh yeah." You already know I'm running to that kitchen so I got that knife.
You just say oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Miss Crystal? Did you already add the coconut milk to the rice?
So put 1 cup of your coconut milk in the mangoes, and the rest of the coconut milk will go into the rice.
Now or later?
Yeah, put it in now. Yeah, go ahead and put it in now so that everything, both your rice and your mangoes are cooking down. So with this cooking down, now we're gonna go back to the table and chop up our salad. So our salad will be ready. And by the time we spin around, our other two will be ready as well. What's you guys' favorite salad dressing?
I like garlic ranch.
Ooh, that sounds good. I like ranch. I like ranch. I like French. I like Catalina. I like the Green Goddess dressing.
Oh, I also like the dressing we made with the Greek one. I still have the recipe. I make it sometimes.
Yeah. And that one we use olive oil, lemon, I think garlic,
Mustard.
mustard. Yes. We sure did.
Vinegar. Yeah.
Yep.
It was good.
Yeah. And so you guys, that's how the dressing is made. Like every dressing kind of has that as like the base. Unless it's like the creamy white ones like the ranch and that kind of stuff. But olive oil is in ranch too. All right, so let's chop some salad. So your mango should be boiling. Make sure your fire is on low for your rice. Your rice can be, I would say, kind of like in the middle between a low and a medium, but your mangoes, put it on low because we're gonna get like a low and slow effect over here. For your salad, for your salad, remember I was telling you guys, you want to always use the greener your lettuce, the better. Okay, so it's good for you to use the darker green lettuce and so I washed my lettuce leaves here. And we're just gonna chop these. And you can kind of like rest them in each other like this. Miss Mario, do you guys see that? Yeah. You can rest them in each other. And I would even say you can kind of fold them a little bit. And you can chop. If you want it to be a coarse chop, you can go coarse. Or if you want it to be finer, then you can lift up your bundle, slide this underneath like that. And then when you chop it again, it's like it's being chopped like 3 or 4 times because you're gonna put this back under and you can chop down again. So just like when you buy shredded lettuce in the store, this is what we're doing. Okay, so you should have shreds like that. Okay. So we're gonna put these into, I have a lovely bowl here. Are you guys smelling your curry? Do you smell that? If you smell it, you know there's some good stuff happening. And then slice your tomato as well. And thing is, this is just this is like a generic salad. So whatever you have that you want to add to the salad, if you have carrots, if you have other vegetables that you like, feel free to add it to it. And we're gonna have just a really pretty, beautiful salad. Our food. This way. Slice it.
Miss Crystal, how much water do we add to the curry?
1.5 cups.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I cut these tomatoes into like squares. Yeah. And then you can just toss your salad, or if you want to get your hands in there, just toss it over. I got a big piece here, so I'm just gonna pull it apart. If you guys are if you're cooking for your family, like I know some of my family, they like different dressings on their salads. So I may not, I'm not gonna put the dressing all over this, but if your family likes the same salad dressing, then you can just add it all over this and just toss it. Or you can just leave it undressed and then they can just dress it however they like. And remember you guys, with salad dressing, your salad shouldn't be like drenched. It shouldn't be like a flood of, it shouldn't be like crazy wet. Your salad should really just be like a light toss of that dressing. And I know we have dressings that we really, really like. But remember, it's a salad dressing. It's not a dressing salad, right? A salad with dressing, not dressing with salad. Also chop your cilantro as well. Let me wash off my juicy board with all this tomato juice. And then this cilantro is going to be used for the garnish. So after we're all done with our rice and everything, we're going to sprinkle the cilantro on top to make it look very pretty. And if you guys know, it's like, it's all the colors. We're going to have yellow, some oranges with the mangoes, the green with our salad, the red. We're going to have the white with the rice. Your plate's going to look really pretty and colorful. And remember, people eat with their eyes, right? So they're going to be like, ooh, what is that? You're going to build on your chopping skills. I know we have some good choppers in here. Good. So I'm just going to put them in here and put them to the side. Now's a good time to stir your mango curry, to check on your rice, see if your rice needs any extra water. And remember, we want our rice to be fluffy and grainy, not soggy and like wet. That's the really cool thing about the parboiled rice. So depending on what you want, what kind of texture you want from your rice, you can, you know, if you add more water, it's going to be more wet. And if you kind of add water as you go, if you put in like how we do 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice, depending on your pot and your heat, you'll see how fast it cooks, and you can kind of taste it as you go to make sure that it's the right consistency. And you want fluffy, you'll see all the flakes, like the rice grains. You'll see each of those rice grains, which is really cool. Versus like if we're making, like when we're making sushi, and that was like that sticky rice. So we wanted the rice to stick together because of what we're making, right? So anytime I want some flaky rice, I normally do parboiled rice. And if you want like that sticky rice, the short grain rice is normally really good for that. All right, let me check those. I'm tasting my rice, and it's like, it's not, it's pretty tender. Yeah. So just like when you do pasta and they say it needs to be al dente, right? I think my rice is there. I'm gonna like cook for a little bit more. And I think the little bit of liquid that's in there is gonna make it just allow it to be perfect. So yeah. How are you guys coming?
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Wonderful, wonderful. So the liquid in your thing should be drying out because it'll give you a nice thick sauce. Mm-hmm. Can someone tell me, do you guys remember any of the words Mr. Paul shared? How do you say hello? And this is in Arabic, right? Mr. Paul?
Yeah, it was in Arabic.
You guys remember how to say hello? No? Ooh,
Assalamu alaikum.
That's
nice.
it.
Woohoo. Assalamu alaikum.
We had all the parsley inside the rice, right?
Mhm.
Miss Christelle?
Yes.
Do we add
Yes.
all the parsley inside the rice?
Say that one more time. What about the rice?
Do we add all the parsley inside of the rice?
No, that's gonna be for your garnish.
Okay. What do we add the parsley to after the garnish?
No, it's just gonna be for sprinkling on top of the rice.
Oh, okay.
So when we're finished cooking the rice, we're just gonna sprinkle it on top. So you guys, I feel like I'm in the Maldives ish. Yeah, because that's what the water's gonna look like. It's gonna look like that, pretty blue. And all these tropical flowers and coconuts and at that beach. Oh my goodness, you guys. You can be there. Once everything opens up and everything is safe and all that, you want to make sure you travel to the Maldives or to a tropical island. And even if you're not going to a tropical island, you may go somewhere that's really, really cool too. So you get to
We
explore
should
and have
do a
fun.
trip, Miss Christelle.
We should do a what?
When things get back to normal. Well, not
Mhm.
normal. When things get back to
Yeah.
travel, we should do a trip with the kids and the parents.
Yes, we should.
But I was gonna tell you, Mama. Hey,
Try to
remember
do a
that?
trip.
Hey, Mama, remember?
My son, his school
Mhm.
travels every year with the kids.
Uh-huh.
And one of their trips, I think it was 6th grade or 7th grade, but they went to like 4 different states.
Yeah.
And then their last trip, they traveled to Costa Rica.
Ooh, that is awesome.
So they took all the 8th graders to Costa Rica.
But I also
It was really nice.
I would love for us to do that. The question would be, where would we go? Where would you guys want to go? If we were going to go do a trip together, where would we go first?
We should go to the place that we like the cooking the most. That all of great is a really good place.
What's a really good place?
A place where we all cook and we all really like that food a lot.
Ooh.
I would like to go to
Yeah.
Japan.
Where?
Japan.
Yes, you know what, D2, you're absolutely right. You sure did say Japan.
Because that's where all the anime kids hang out. Because that's where all the anime culture is.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Anime is in Japan.
No, I'm gonna be in cosplay all the whole trip.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Makai, where would you want to go?
I would like to go to.
We can't hear you. Speak a little closer to the microphone.
I will go to different kinds of the world in New United.
You said Chicago? Where? Say it again.
I want to go all around the world.
But where? Where would we go first? Where would you want to go? D2 said Japan.
Well, we have this.
Oh, you got a world map. That's awesome. Well, one's the map of the United States. So that's really cool. Ooh. Okay. And did somebody else say we should go somewhere? Kayla, was that you that said we should go somewhere where we like the food that we've cooked from there?
Where we all really like the food.
Yeah, I think that's a good motivator. So we can, because of course, when you get there, you want to eat like really good stuff, right? I think that's a good direction guide. So D2 says Japan. Where else would we want to go first?
I want to go to El Salvador.
Ooh, El Salvador. Yes, I think that's a good one too. Any other suggestions?
Probably Australia.
Yeah, Australia's a good one.
Australia.
Australia is beautiful. Down under with the kangaroos.
Brazil.
And you said the gazelles?
With the kangaroos.
Yes, the kangaroos. Kangaroos are really awesome.
And Brazil.
Oh, you said New Zealand? I didn't hear the last one someone said. You guys,
I said Brazil.
Oh, Brazil. Yes, Brazil is awesome. They'd be like, they have all the really awesome dance, and they have great food there too. You guys, these are all hard choices. Oh my goodness. Brazil, Japan. Australia.
We're gonna have to put the names in a hat. And
Yes,
pull-
we can. Right. So we'll see how we're gonna decide. I think these are all great ideas. Mr. Paul, Mr. Mario, can you guys write those down so we can keep that in mind? So we can start planning, like preparing, So once everything opens back up, we could be like on our way to Brazil, to Japan.
Well, I don't know.
Australia.
The interesting thing is that they said that the United States is ahead of everyone else as far as vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see how soon the other countries are going to open up.
That's a good point as well. And I think as we, when it comes to travel and that kind of stuff, we have to consider all these different things because different countries have different rules, different laws, different regulations. So especially right now with everything going on, we have to be mindful because you can't just go into another country and be like, oh yeah, I'm here, so you must be open, or you must let me come to your restaurant or whatever, So when you're visiting, you absolutely want to be mindful and do that research. So that's something that we would have to do. So wherever we go, we want to make sure that they are ready to receive us as visitors and guests and everything. Yeah, very good point. Check on your curry. I turned my rice off. Your rice should be done by now, you guys. Check on your curry.
My rice finished.
Ooh, that looks good, Alicia. Can you show us again, Alicia? Let's see your rice. Mr. Mario, can we see her rice with her?
I'm trying to, but it's not letting me. Oh, I got it.
Oh, there you go. You got it, Mr. Mario. That looks good. So you see, Alicia, you see how your rice is flaky? I can see the grains sticking on the side. So that's good. That's a good place for you to be. And is it tender?
Yes.
Perfect. So that's that nice, flaky, fluffy rice. You can count every grain, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Very good. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, look at that curry. Oh my goodness. Alicia, that looks so good. So Alicia, I want you to put a lid on your, did you have a lid on your curry?
No.
Okay, so I want you to put a lid on your curry and crack it to a side because it's gonna let it and turn it, it's on a low fire, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So put a lid on it and kind of crack it to a side. So it's gonna cook down and the liquids are gonna steam off.
Okay.
From your curry. So you're gonna have a nice thick gravy.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, that looks good. Ooh, that looks so good. Makes me want to do that happy day. Yes. I don't know about you guys, but I dance when my food is good. I dance. I dance. Do you guys dance when your food is good? Or when you smell it, you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so good.
My baby sister, she dances.
I'm telling you, it's like it's a universal thing. I'm sure there are a lot of people around the world, and all you guys on YouTube, I'm sure you guys are dancing with us when your food is good. You'd be like, yes.
Well, I was gonna say whenever food smells good doesn't mean it is good.
Now that is true, but when you smell it, but also when you taste it, sometimes I think, well, you're right. It's true. Not everything that smells good tastes good, but this is where you're trying it. And when you try it, you don't try it with a giant spoon. You try it with, the end of your spoon and you taste it and, or you go, and then if you like it, cool. And if you don't have a big mouthful of it, right? ready, you can start plating it up because it should be like ready about now. This is gonna be so good. Woo! This is gonna be so good. Is anybody else's curry finished and their rice finished too? Okay, so it seems like you guys like it's coming along. It's almost there.
Our rice is done, but our curry is not done yet.
What'd you say?
Our rice is done, but our curry is not done yet.
Okay, so some more of the liquid is absorbing out, like, well, not absorbing out, but drying out. Yeah. Yeah, make sure you guys have that lid on it and then you start a little bit. Kayla, did you taste it? What does it taste like? This is a good time to clean off your station as well too.
For the recipe, I see it says 3 cloves. 3 cloves of garlic. Miss Christelle?
What?
On the recipe, I see it says 3 cloves. Is that 3 cloves of garlic?
So there was 5 cloves of garlic and three cloves.
Oh, okay, got it.
Or if you have the clove powder, you can put that too.
Oh, okay, got it.
So while we're waiting, Mr. Paul shared with us all these awesome words. And so I want to make sure that we are practicing our words too, because if you guys were to go to the Maldives, or like I know we went to, oh my goodness, it's passing my memory. But we went to another country that where Arabic was the language. So, you know, multiple places, same language. We want to make sure we learn some words, some key words, important words, so that we'll know how to speak when we get there, right? Your Google Translate is going to be your friend. If you go to Spanish country, Spanish dictionary going to be your friend. And other translation apps on your phone will be your friend too. But Mr. Paul, can we share some? Can we refresh on us on some of those words while we're waiting for our curries to finish?
Oh yes, just one sec.
Mm-hmm.
So can everyone remind me how to say hello again? We went over that one just now. Remember the Arabic word?
I want to say mereba, but I'm like, it's not mereba.
No, it's the Arabic one. It's like assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Do you guys remember how to say thank you? Shukuriya.
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 Yep.
Good.
What about you're welcome? Maruhaba.
Maruhaba.
Madhaba.
Maruhaba.
All right, so someone quick, remind me how to say thank you.
Shukuriya.
Gracias.
That was Spanish. But Makai, good. That was thank you in Spanish. And yes, it was Shokuria.
Come on, Makai. Good job on the Spanish part. We're gonna learn some Spanish too, because in May, we're gonna be traveling to Mexico and oh my gosh, El Salvador. We're gonna be making pupusas.
You mean New
Go ahead, Mr. Paul.
Mexico?
All right, so can someone remind me how to say you're welcome again?
Buenapa?
Yes, very good with the Spanish again. But in Divehi, your welcome is Maruhaba.
Maruhaba.
Yes. So thank you, Shakuria. You're welcome, Maruhaba. And hello again. Somebody tell me.
Hola?
Again with the Spanish.
Makai, you gotta say it in Mr. Paul, what's the name of the language?
Divehi.
Divehi. So you have to say it. So Makai, you have to say it in Divehi. So try it. So Mr. Paul, repeat it. And Makai, you practice it because you've been saying it in Spanish, which is great. But then now we're teaching you a different language.
All right, so in Divehi, hello is Assalamu
Alaikum.
Yes, very good, D2.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, we also have good evening, Bajavadi Havide. So we'll try that a little bit.
Yeah, I think that one needs to be broken down, Mr. Paul.
Okay, so the first part, like the good part, which is the same for good morning and good evening, is Bajavadi.
Feel free to share it too, Mr. Paul, if you so we can see. I think when you see the words, the letters sometimes too can help.
Sure. Okay, so you see that part in good morning and good evening, Bajavadi.
Bajavadi.
Oh, good. Mhm.
That makes sense.
Morning would be Hendhune,
Henhune,
and evening would be Havide.
Havire.
So good morning, Bajavadi Hendhune. Good evening, Bajavadi Havide.
Bajavadi, Henhune, Bajavadi, Havere.
So when we get off the call, we have to say Bajavadi Havere.
Yes.
There you go. Javadi. I think it's so amazing, like when you look at the letters. So you know how it's 2 A's and 2 J's. Well, actually, no, because Mr. Paul, that's the phonetics, right? Or is that actually how you write it?
No, the letter, they have a completely different alphabet, so it actually doesn't look anything like this. This is just how the.
Oh, that's
You're right. Okay, so this is the phonetical in English for us to say it, but their letters actually going to be some of these different symbols and that kind of stuff.
Is it written in Hindu or Arabic?
It's written in like its own kind of thing, but it has a lot of the Arabic influence in it.
Oh.
And then remember, you guys, look at location. Look at where it's at. Look at other Arabic countries. They're all kind of nearby. So this is an island that's off of India, but it's very close to a lot of these other countries.
Interesting.
Bahari.
Bahari.
Bajavadi.
Bajavadi. Long A. Bajavadi. Havere?
Avide.
Havire. So the two E's mean a long sound.
Exactly, yes.
Vire.
Can you speak?
Avire.
Can you speak?
Avire.
You told me not to teach him 2 languages at once.
Permanent language. Yeah. Not cooking class.
It should be it should be good. How's it looking? Take a look at it. I know mine but let me know how you guys are coming. It should be good. You don't want it to be too soft, but you want that liquid to cook down. I'm gonna start putting up mine. If yours are ready. Let me know how you guys are doing on where you are right now. Kayla, how are you guys? Is yours, did the liquid cook out?
Almost.
Okay, almost. Okay, good. So you're almost there. Okay, cool. All right, and Alicia, how's yours coming along?
Mine's is coming along good. So the rice still put it on low.
Yeah.
And for the curry, for the curry,
Yeah.
it's cooking.
I
It's
see it.
really good.
Yeah, I see it thickening up as well because it. Can you take your spoon, and push it from the edge of the pan, and push it in. Yeah. So you see how that liquid is getting thicker? Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah. I can't wait to eat it.
I know. Me too. Me too. Yeah, you're not super far away, Alicia, from yours being finished. So
okay, cool.
Cover it back with that lid. Crack it a little bit so some of the steam can come out, and it's gonna because it's almost there. Yeah, and crack it a little bit on the side. There you go, as much as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome sauce.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello.
Miss D2 and Miss Thomas, how are you guys doing over there? This is gonna be good. I'm smelling. You guys doing? Yeah, Makai, I hear you.
It looks more brown than in the picture.
Well, you know, when you put it on the plate, you'll see the more of the yellow color when you put it with your rice.
Well, I told him.
Makai, what were you saying?
I told him that we're making something.
Say that again. Talk a little louder. It's hard to hear you.
I told him that you guys are making something.
Oh yeah. Well, see, the thing is, so you'll be able to. So next week I think you'll be ready. Because you can join us and cook with us for next week. Because next week we're gonna make. We're gonna be going next week to Fiji, and we're gonna make Fiji style barbecue. I know. Look at your eyes.
Fiji style barbecue.
Oh. And Fiji is like neighbors to the Maldives, so they're over there, that neck of the woods.
So we're gonna go there until coronavirus is over.
So when the coronavirus is over, yes, we'll be able to go to Fiji. Is that where you will want to go to, Fiji?
Yeah, a little.
Okay, awesome. So you'll be with us on that trip. Very good. Okay, you guys, if your curry is ready, if your rice is ready, put it on a plate with your salad.
Do you put the curry on top of the rice?
So You can kind of put it to like a side, so where some of the curry is on the rice and some of it is on like your plate.
Got it.
And so yes, because it's gonna mix it all together. I'm gonna plate mine up and put a little pocket for your dress for your salad, and then sprinkle your garnish on top with your cilantro.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add.
Excuse me, Miss Crystal. Miss Crystal.
Yes.
I was asking if my markers have come in yet.
Oh, they have.
They have or haven't.
They have. So I will coordinate with you for. So you guys, this is my mango curry. So you can kind of put it, so Miss Thomas, like how you're saying with the rice, you can kind of put it to the side. So where some of it's on the rice and then some of it's down on our plate. And then we're gonna put some of our salad on the side. And then sprinkle the cilantro on top. And that's it. Take a picture. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, I know you would love this. You guys sometimes I like to eat salad without any dressing. So it just depends on what mood and how I'm feeling. So same for you. Ooh, I see some mango curries coming out, Miss Chalmers. Wow, look at that. Whoa. Looks so good. Mm-hmm. I like how look how your rice looks great. The mangoes look awesome. Yes. Wow. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Mm. Oh yeah. Wow, that's awesome. How's it taste, you guys? D2. D2, what's it taste like? How's it taste?
Miss Crystal.
Yes.
What did the cilantro go for?
Oh, just a sprinkle on top. It's your garnish. Make it look pretty. Mm-hmm.
If you see me run run towards like that way, then that means it's not good. And if you see me run towards this way, like this the opposite way, that means it's good.
Okay, D2. See.
Three.
Right. I gotta do
Three. do.
Wait,
Mama.
I gotta do the I gotta take the picture. Don't touch the plate.
Oh yeah. Picture.
I'm gonna try it.
I gotta take the picture first.
But if it's not good, I'm just gonna be having me some rice. I said, hey.
But you know what, D2, the fact that you're trying it is the most important thing.
Wait. I know. Tell him to wait.
I want to eat.
Oh, Kayla, come on. We see you there.
I'm not trying this, and then all of a sudden when I'm starting to try, you want me to not try it.
Are you trying to fuss with me?
Yes.
Then stop. Okay, I took picture. Bon appetit.
Eat.
Thanks, dude.
And good morning.
Take a picture, you trying. Scrumptious. Delicious. Take a
D2,
picture.
were you supposed to run in a direction? It's okay, D2. Was that I think that was the direction of, he didn't like it.
It doesn't taste good at all.
Well, you know what? Oh, you tried it. So that's the most important thing. You trying it, and and you can gracefully decline. So really my favorite, right?
It's fine. This is my dinner.
Look, this is a great dinner. How about you guys? How about the rest of you guys? How's it taste like? Do you like it? Do you like on it?
Give me my chicken on.
What do you guys think? How does it taste like? Do you guys like it? I see you eating the mango. Kayla.
Well, I think it's
You like it,
pretty good
okay?
for
You like what it looks like?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty good for you guys, but this is a very bad news. We can't do it.
You like what it looks like on the plate?
Yes, but we can't do it.
I know. So next week you'll be ready to eat with us too, because we'll be cooking together.
Okay.
Yeah. Kayla and Alicia, how do you guys like it? It's okay. You can be honest, because the thing is, the reality is, everything that you eat, you're not always gonna like. You're gonna have some things that you like more than others, but when you travel, you absolutely need to be open to new things, because you're going to try new things that you've never tried before. You're going to try flavors that you're going to be like, ooh, like that tastes great. And you're going to have some other ones you're going to be like, I don't know. But when you're with whoever you are, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. You can't say that, because then that's disrespectful. And they may be offended. So you actually have to say, so when you taste something, you don't take like a giant spoonful when you taste something, and don't be like weird about it either. Just take a small amount and give it a try and taste it and be like, okay. And you can be graceful about it. Say, it's not my favorite, but I appreciate you for making this. Okay. Yeah. Because a lot of times when you travel, like I was sharing with you guys, like when we went to Peru, cooking and food is a family affair. So if you don't like the food, that means, like, if you're there cooking with your family, that means you don't want to eat. Right? So to prepare something that everybody likes, of course that family would cater to that. But you want to be gracious, because when they prepare delicacies and different things, sometimes it's expensive to buy the certain food, because you know, like on special holidays, you make certain foods. So when they have special guests, they're gonna make this special delicacy for you, and you're gonna be like, oh, that's a little different. But for them, that's a big deal. So you always want to be respectful in how you say thank you, and even if it's something that you don't like or it's not your favorite, you still want to be very gracious about it. Yeah. Kayla and Mom, I see you guys over there chowing down.
I'm
The
eating,
mango is really good.
Do you want to see my
Mhm.
curry?
and I have me some chicken breast,
Mhm.
smoked grilled
You
chicken,
put chicken in it too?
and I put some over it, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
Tastes
Miss
different, but it's good.
Miss Christelle, do you want to see mine?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Stop.
Oh,
Wait, I want to see. I want to see.
whoa.
I want to see. I want to see. Stop it.
Sorry, can we spot like that?
Alicia, stop it, girl.
Wow. And she put the little decorations in the plate. And the little rice is looking a little. Alicia, you're gonna, you know what? Alicia, you know I'm gonna have us. So when you plate up your dishes, maybe you can show us how to plate it up. So we plate it up fancy. Look at that. Wow.
She watched a video or something.
That is awesome. That looks like a gourmet plate. Like, you know, when you go to the restaurants and stuff, that's what they look like.
Yeah.
Alicia, you're awesome.
Yeah, I usually do it like this. Whenever I'm making soup or something, I try to make it like a little design.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Wow. That's awesome. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Take a picture. You guys, all the pictures, I'm gonna see how.
Okay.
Have you guys been able to post the pictures in the portal?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't see how to do it. It's hard for me.
Okay. I'm gonna see if we can you guys to send it a different way. You know what? I'm actually gonna put my ebook, I'll put the I'll communicate with you guys. So we'll send it where you guys can send it through my like the email or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys can just attach it that way. All right, you guys. So we are all done. I think everybody has plated up their dishes, and we have this awesome food. And I didn't want to put, I wanted us to try it without any meat this week because I wanted you guys to have an appreciation for the mangoes and for, you know, trying something new as an alternative to like, you know, something else that's not a meat. And so this green mango is a great substitute for chicken. And of course, the greener the mango, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you that same kind of.
Well, I appreciate the vegetarian meals because every so often we do vegan style fasting.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give us more dishes to be able to prepare.
Absolutely. And actually, most of the dishes that we prepare, I always give a vegetarian option. So everything that we've made, even like last week when we did the mince and cheese pies, instead of the ground beef, you can totally do like mushrooms because it's all about the texture. And I've played with that as a meat eater. I've had food that was vegetarian that was so good, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I don't miss the meat. So it's totally about you having appreciation for both things. Some people think like, oh, because it doesn't have meat in it, it's not gonna taste good. It's totally about how you spice it up, flavor it up. All that is what's gonna make a difference. And then with the meat, it's all a lot about textures and that kind of stuff. So yeah. So a balance of that is really good for your life as well too, because as you get older, young people, I know you guys are all young in here, but as you get older, sometimes your body changes, so you have to adjust accordingly as well. All right. So you guys, it has confirmed. You guys did so wonderful, so great. Next week, I will be posting the menu for us to go to Fiji and have our Fiji style barbecue. Okay? So I look forward to
All of our meals that we make are vegan. They're vegan. All the meals.
So if it's gonna be vegan.
All the meals that we make are vegan.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. You mean you're saying all the ones that you guys make, or all the ones that we're making if they're vegan?
All the ones we're making.
You're making, yeah.
Awesome. And that's totally great and fine as well, because it's gonna taste great. It's gonna taste so good. So yay. So we're gonna have so you're gonna have Fiji style barbecue, vegetarian style, but still with all the sauces and everything like that. It's still gonna be really good. All right, you guys. So if we have no other questions or comments, we will see you next week. All right. Bye, you guys. Take care. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Miss.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for seeing Miss Mackay. Hi, Miss Joyce. I see you there.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Joyce. Mackay, he's on. You can watch it back on YouTube. Was it youtube.com/mutant and make mango curry.
That is so pretty, Alicia.
Oh, thank you.
You're right. Alicia's plate. Alicia. Let me come on over to your plate. Wow.
This is for my parents.
That is awesome.
Her parents should feel like kings and queens.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That looks beautiful.
So thank you.
Yay, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Bye.
All right, you guys, take care. See you next week. We'll be in Fiji.
Okay.